Hey guys, Levy Freeman here, and today we are playing, I guess, some Kaiserredux, I guess. Personally, like I played like one game here as Commune of France, and looked around at some of the other focus trees, and I don't really think like I'm a huge Kaiserredux fan, to be honest. But some people wanted to see some content, and I have this whole week off, so we can make some content. I think the first person I think it asked a couple times now wants to see Lovecraftian in New England, which is, I don't know what they're all about, but, we can do it. So I looked up how to get them. Single player load. And we'll play Lovecraftian New England, I guess. I have to save like way back down here. Yeah, over here. So we'll load this up. And I've never played this tag before. No idea what these guys are all about. I just had like a brief look at their focus tree, very brief. So I'm not sure what this game is going to be like, but someone asked to see it, so we'll do it. This seems to be like one of the more popular ones. I was looking on YouTube. It's like there are like a bunch of playthroughs. It looks like for this particular country. All right, so we got Lovecraft in New England over here. So to play as New England in the first place, you have to play as Canada. You start the game out as Canada, which means this is a tag switch country, which means you're not playing Iron Man. Don't try that. So you play Canada, release New England, and then you have the option when you release New England to either let them be liberated or to ensure loyalty to the crown. And to get on Lovecraft's path, apparently you need to select ensure loyalty to the crown. And once you've done that, you'll spawn as New England over here. So you start out, you have this Hartford Convention thing over here. Like I'm not sure what's up with that. And we will be changing governments. Like I'm not going to go look at all these guys in too much detail until we switch off to our tree. Let's take a look at the tree now, anyways. So it's like we'll be doing America's Darkest Hour over there. 42 days. You know what? I don't actually think this will complete. So what we're going to do is we're just not going to pick a national focus. I have gone through this a little bit. You get some event chains pretty fast, which will get you onto this side of the tree. And then, this is Lovecraft's tree. So we have Triumph of the Providence Circle. I am Providence, and Providence is myself. Together, indissolubly as one, we stand through the ages, a fixed monument set eternally in the shadow of Durfree's ice-clad peak. It is New England I must have, in some form or another. Okay, so I'm not sure what that's all about. That's pretty cryptic, isn't it? With the Civil War ending, Lovecraft and his allies have expressed an urge to expand further. Lovecraft wants isolation, while other more Anglophilic members of his cabinet want rapid expansion. Okay. Show them our lights. You can choose. So you have a choice here. You have a choice of paths over here. You can go light or darkness. So if you're on the light side, Providence is New England. Providence's New England is the last bastion of dignity and civilization in the New World. We cannot simply cower in the face of long odds. We must reach out and liberate our American brothers from savagery. The outsiders and the Americans are all foaming at the mouth to take New England back. We cannot allow this. We cannot let the impure ruin of New England, we cannot let the impure ruin New England like they did for hundreds of years beforehand. We must defend our land with our lives. Lovecraft's America. Providence cannot sit back and watch the pure of America be oppressed by the impure. We must reach out to our American brothers, and with the help of our loyal allies in Canada, we can retake America from the darkness. So it looks like this sets you up to do it's probably the one that we're going to go down, obviously, so we get some annex war goals against these people. On the darkness side, America is dead and we must accept that. Our only option is to militarize the border, retreat to our homes, and hope that the Americans kill themselves before they can come for us. The wretched hordes from the outside world want to contaminate our clean Anglo state. We must seal off all the ports and borders to make sure that the unclean do not enter New England. There is a black spot forming in the Americas, where few enter and few leave. The people of New England have made their nation an impenetrable fortress, bristling with xenophobia and a myriad interweaving fortresses, content for now to their self-imposed isolation. Okay, so I guess this gives you, that's neat. So this gives you closed economy, and then this gives you command economy. So this will add some more benefits to your construction speed, research speed, and factory output. So it's like being on free trade and closed economy at the same time. Oh, that's interesting, I guess. Claim Greater New England. New England is a nation greater than the bounds we have been limited to by the old nations. New England spans large swaths of land that rightfully fall under Providence's rule. So we get some quarters on some other places. That's the Into the World tree. We have established Delta Green. Deception is a right, truth is a privilege, innocence is a luxury. Born of the U.S. government's 1928 raid on a degenerate coastal town in Massachusetts, the covert agency known as Delta Green opposes the forces of darkness with honor, but without glory. Delta Green agents slip through the system, manipulating the federal bureaucracy while pushing the darkness back for another day, but often at a shattering personal cost. What needs to get done? For a start, books need to be burned, artifacts smashed into powder, and men need to be silenced. Most of all, the future must never be allowed to become the present. Okay, that's also pretty cryptic, but it's like those are some decent buffs. I thought that would give you like an intelligence agency upgrade, but I guess it doesn't. Cult of Providence. Lovecraft has been immortalized. His actions praised by all. He is Providence, the supreme leader of all of New England. From Portland to Augusta, from Boston to Burlington, his image must be preserved and celebrated for decades to come. I guess you only get an effect if H.P. Lovecraft is the head of state. Fair enough. Destroy the cult of the past. The new order has taken hold, yet a few holdout patriots nostalgic for the days of the Republic remain. As for these Republicans, how can one regard seriously a frightened, greedy, nostalgic huddle of tradesmen and lucky idlers who shut their eyes to history and science, steel their emotions against decent human sympathy, cling to sordid and provincial ideals, exalting sheer acquisitiveness and condoning artificial hardship for the non-materially shrewd, dwell smugly and sentimentally in a disoriented dream cosmos of outmoded phrases and principles and attitudes based on the bygone agricultural handicraft world, and revel in, consciously or unconsciously, mendacious assumptions such as the notion that real liberty is synonymous with a single detail of unrestricted economic license, or that a rational planning of resource distribution would only contravene some vague and mystical American heritage, utterly contrary to the fact and without the slightest foundation in human experience. Intellectually, the Republican idea deserves the tolerance and respect one gives the dead. Wow, that's a mouthful from our boy there, isn't it? See it all burn. If religion were true, its followers would not try to bludgeon their young into an artificial conformity, but would merely insist on their unbending quest for truth, irrespective of the artificial backgrounds or practical consequences. Many falsely equate our movement to revive the Anglo spirit of America to the religious fundamentalists or occult mystics that have taken root in the darkest corners of our nation. Their beliefs will ultimately betray our movement, and we must work diligently to utterly shatter any semblance of religious authority within our ranks and prevent these misguided simpletons from gaining too much power within our ranks. The new gods. In search of the truth, hopeful zealot goes, but all the sadder turns the more he knows. The current religious and mystical order in the Americas reveals not life lessons and guidance, but miserable platitudes that ultimately leaves the soul unsatisfied. The Judeo-Christian God, as we know it, offers us no answers. Providence, anointed by the one true God who has seen the dark universe yawning, where the black planet rolls without aim, where they roll in their horror unheeded without knowledge, luster, or name. By studying his mythos and anthropomorphizing his characters into a form of occult study, we can perhaps glean a small sliver of his endless dark wisdom. Okay? Absorb the cults. Within New England, there are many who see Lovecraft's works not as a word of a writer, but as a word of God himself. And they hold this work in higher regard than the Quran, the Talmud, or the Bible. And this particular subset of society is taken to forming cults around Providence and his works, as they believe that the gods are speaking through Lovecraft and communicate through his infinite wisdom. Even though Providence knows that he crafts works of fiction and that these cults are comprised of insane lunatics, he cannot deny their devotion to him. Ensuring their loyalty is of the utmost importance, and once they are integrated into our nation, they can adequately fit in Lovecraft's new order. Lovecraft's new order. To all those who doubted Providence, now is your day of reckoning. Despite the utter insanity of the mere idea of Lovecraft running a nation, Providence has managed to pull off what many would previously be unthinkable. New England has been transformed in his image, his works read by all in the nation, his words ringing through every corner of the nation, and his ideas ingrained in the fabric of New England himself. However, as of now, Lovecraft is not but a puppet for the Anglophiles that run our nation. The loyal coalition was born out of fear and hatred of the unknown, and indeed resonated with Lovecraft's and New England's wasp majority. However, it is time to do away with them. It is time for Lovecraft's order to be secure without a doubt. And now that Providence is finally comfortable with being a leader, he can take action in a way that his puppeteers never thought possible. Fair enough. So on this side, Curly and his allies have plunged New England into anarchy. You cannot let these Irish monsters terrorize our proper English nation. They killed the British Empire once, and they cannot be allowed to do it again. It is time to take Curly out and render New England as a pure state once more. Long live Lovecraft and long live the wasps. A WASP, I think, is White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. I think that's the acronym. It's an old one. New England has been plunged into a civil war, one not seen before in the nation's history. Somehow, even though New England was formed to escape a civil war has found its way into New England. And even though Curley and his Irish Republican army have been dealt with, many Republican, Socialist, and Christian elements in New England still freely oppose Providence's rule. A new political machine. The old bureaucratic process was nothing but an organized sham to keep New Englanders in the dark. Providence and his allies have made a political machine, doing away with the old systems of the past. Eldritch signs. The eldritch signs are mementos in Lovecraft stories meant to bring good luck, but who's to say that their good luck can't also be transferred to the real world? Division Org 5%, recovery rate 10%. That's nice. Nationalize electric boat. One key part of Lovecraft's more national syndicalist economic policy is that of nationalizing major companies. One such major company that is to be nationalized is the Electric Boat Ship Company so that they can produce powerful vessels for our nation. This is another part of Lovecraft's broad effort to focus on the seas and construct a powerful navy for New England. This is a hopeful start to some of the more ambitious projects that the nation is embarking on. Surface visibility minus 10%, sub-visibility minus 10%. Those are pretty good stats. Pretty good stats to get. Visibility is a very important stat to have. And speed. So I guess we'll have pretty good destroyers and submarines. Project Dunwich Horror. Any fool can see that the way of the future is harnessing the atom, and that the first nation to acquire atomic weapons will wield incredible power. So on the orders of Lovecraft, a project dubbed the Dunwich Horror is to begin. That will see the New England's finest scientists work tirelessly to harness the power of atomic technology. And once this project is finished, we will stand through the ages as a fixed monument set eternally in the shadow of Dufrie's ice-clad peak. I mean, I think that's a bit of a repeat. Okay, fair enough. We get 200% nuke bonuses. Project Shadow over Innsmouth. The America Weapon Project is starting with an effort to build mighty rockets that will see a man conquer the cosmos and beyond. This project has been dubbed the Shadow over Innsmouth, referencing one of Lovecraft's most famous novels. Once this project is complete, all other nations will fear us out of our mighty rocketry technology. Let's get 2 bonuses for jet tech. Masters of the Seas. At home over in the seas are terrors that to many are unimaginable. To combat these horrors, our pride must be in our navy, yes, with our Anglo brothers before us. Our proud navy is a sign of a prowess, strength, and of course a sign that New England is unbreakable, and that we can fend off attacks from any seaborne foe, whether they are syndicalist hordes or the trembling forces of the deep. So we get two 200% bonuses for subs. So it looks like you're gonna have like really strong submarines in New England if you wanted to do that. Unfortunately, like usually in Hearts of Iron 4, tanks are your most important technology. But we're gonna have good subs if we decide to do that. Into the shadows. To better defend our place in the world, we must not only combat the darkness, but harness the shadows that stride from world to world to sow death and madness. For there are black zones of shadow close to our daily paths, and now and then some evil soul breaks a passage through. When that happens, the man who knows must strike before reckoning the consequences. So I guess this gives us war economy. Fair enough. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant supremacy. The Anglo-Saxons are the true heirs to our nation. They must be put at New England's forefront. This will hopefully ensure that only pure Anglos can take hold over New England, and that Irishmen and other impure races cannot gain power within New England. We are pure, we are whole, we are the members of the greatest race ever seen. No mongrels can compare to what we have done. We have built New England to be a pure, Teutonic, and Aryan state. That's a little bit racist. Purge the impure. There is a shadow over New England, spreading from the most and decrepit corners of our cities. There in the lower neighborhoods, you will find a miscreated people, monstrous and nebulous adumbrations of the pithecanthropoids and moible, vaguely molded from some stinking viscous slime of Earth's corruption, and slithering and oozing in and on the filthy streets, or in and out of windows and doorways in fashion suggested of nothing but infesting worms or deep-sea unambolites. We must purge them from our cities lest they fall into decay and corruption. I wonder who they're talking about. That sounds like super racist. New English heritage. The true meaning of New English heritage is not the misguided experiment that was the revolutionary sentiment. Rather, it is the spirit of a nation with the fire of the Elizabethans, the correct taste of the Georgians, and the refinement and pure ideals of the Victorians. We are not simply a new England, but a more perfect England. Spartan nation. No death, no doom, no anguish can arouse the surpassing despair which flows from the loss of identity. Merging with nothingness is peaceful oblivion, but to be aware of existence and yet not know what one is no longer a definite being distinguished from other beings. That one who no longer has a self. That is the nameless summit of agony and dread. We have fought a long, bloody trial to bring about our national rebirth, and we must be willing to pay any price or face any death to defend our newfound identity. 30% recruitable population. Okay. We get attack and defense 20%, factory output and dockyard output negatives. 30% recruitable. That's got to be a typo, right? Like that should be 3. 30%. That's insane. That's nuts. The King in Yellow. Democracy is in all ways a decadent failure. The corrupted system of republicanism drove New England to the ground and kept our people from achieving true greatness. Thus we must do away with this corrupted republic and instead turn to Lovecraft's own works for guidance. Lovecraft is king of New England in all but name, and with the desperate state of our nation, it's high time for the citizens of New England to look to Lovecraft's own mythos for guidance. Recent discoveries in Egypt and the increasingly brazen rituals of New England's esoteric fraternities have emboldened Lovecraft. It is time we shook off these shackles of failed republicanism. Long live Providence, long live the King in Yellow. A nation of madness. The higher sky as we crossed the range was surely vaporous and distributed enough, and although I did not see the zenith, I can well imagine that its swirls of ice dust may have taken strange forms. At the time, his shrieks were confined to the repetition of a single mad word of all too obvious source. Tekili Li, gains national spirit, a nation of madness, which grants stability 15%, war support 15%. Alright, so that's your focus tree that you get here as, Lovecraft's tree. I normally don't read focus trees, but, I think it's like one of the meme paths or whatever. It's like, you want to get an idea of, like, what Lovecraft New England is all about. It is kind of a weird one, so hopefully that was worthwhile. So that's Lovecraft's tree. And are we going to have, like, obviously we can't do these because we're not going to have those paths over here. We do have a naval tree and an Air Force tree. We have to do America's Darkest Hour we must do before that, though. So, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. We'll click that. So, Air Force, get some air doctrine, get some air experience, a stack of 50 air experience, actually. We get women pilots and some manpower. Air bases, we have fighter tech research time 10% and 1 bonus for the Warhawk. Warhawk, I think, is like, that is a 1940 plane. It's like, that's not too bad if you want to get fighters. We can also get bomber research time and a bonus for the Bristol Beaufort and Bristol Buckingham. We have 1 research bonus for Martin Baker Vindicator. I think that's the Fighter 3. And then we have decisions to drop propaganda behind enemy lines and give us legitimacy 5. Fair enough. New England Navy. Liberty Ships Docks Project. Okay, so we get 3 dockyards and decisions for Liberty ships. We can have destroyer effort, or we can have salmon class submarines. So either way, we get electric boat. I think, which is like the same thing we saw over there for nationalized electric boat, same buffs. So we get either 2 bonuses for destroyers or 2 bonuses for subs. Of course, we also get sub bonuses from Lovecraft's trees. Like, this seems like maybe a little bit unnecessary. If you come down all the way over here, we get sub attack 10%, sub defense 10%. So you get like really nice submarine buffs, especially on the Lovecraft's path. ISAC Equipment Alliance, we can choose to get weaponry from the Entente, or we can choose 2 military factories. Fair enough. Infrastructure Acts, we get some infrastructure, we get bonus for construction, and a bonus for excavation tech. I get free synthetic oil experiments as tech in a refinery. 1 building slot and 16 steel, and 1 research for the Valentine and the Matilda. So we already have the Matilda, so it's like that kind of sucks. Like, that's a light tank only. Like, usually I would like to play with mediums, but fair enough. I mean, that exists. The minute tank. I would prefer just a straight up 100% bonus to armor. Stack of factories, some infrastructure, a research slot. Military factories, consumer goods factories minus 10% and a factory output bonus. It's nice. Funds for Smith & Wessons. This gives us some military factories and some rifles. 3% recruitable population. And some attack and defense and core territory boosts we get. Then we can add ourselves some land forts. Fair enough. This is a pretty extensive tree. I mean, we're not going to be able to take any of this. Like, all this stuff over here, you're only ever taking one branch. It looks like you get quite a bit. Like, this is our eco tree over here then, I guess, but also you get this other reestablishment Minutemen part, and then you get an army plan tree as well, too, like the other American factions. Like, that's interesting. It seems like you're allowed to do this stuff, even though the Civil War is going on, too. Alright, so we have two choices over here for Minutemen. We can do defensive nature, or we can do long-range patrol, which will give us extra special forces. This gives us some defense and core territory. Recon and engineers, and then we have attack and defense and core territory, and a terrain penalty reduction, which is like, that's a nice buff to have. Green Mountain Boys. Enfield import program, so we get ourselves a bunch of rifles. This will help us with marine invasion time and bonus for marines. Unlocks infiltrate, improvise, sabotage, resistance actions, and we have the underground railway over here, so we can refugees and resources will be smuggled across the border into New England. So like, this doesn't tell us exactly what's being done. 155% research bonus for Vickers A11 Matilda. We already have the A11 Matilda though. Right? Like, it's right here. That's odd. But you get 150 of them. I get urban combat training, and like right away, I think I'm liking the long-range patrol better than the defensive in nature. Like, I'm not really too big on the attack and defense and core territory buffs. Like, the only thing that's like really appealing over here is the terrain penalty reduction. And so I guess you have these decisions. Like, it's not clear what these do, so it's difficult to take a pick over here. And then on the defensive side, you get one military factory and industry research bonus, which is pretty nice, I guess. So plans, we have the Chaffee plan. There we go. There's our armor bonus. 250% research bonus for that. 150% research bonuses for mobile warfare. Armor and motorized. Get light tanks, 200. Man, they're just handing out these armor bonuses like fucking candy here in this tree. Light tanks and medium tanks you get. 2 military factories, an industry bonus, and mobile warfare doctrine. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Tanks usually are like the best you can get in Hearts of Iron 4, in my opinion anyways. So it's like, probably this is a tree that I would take. Other options over here, we have a General Pershing over here. So this stuff looks like you're getting some equipment, and you're getting like a whole bunch of bonuses for the most part. You're getting equipment, you're getting research bonuses, you're getting factories. And you get this mechanical army thing over here. Motorization research time, mechanized production cost minus 15%, reliability 5%, max speed 5%. Motorized is also cheaper. Okay. So this is also like bonuses for mote and mech. Also mote and mech. So unfortunately, it looks like you get a lot of bonuses for tanks, but like your national spirit is for motorized and mechanized. Which is fair enough. So with Pershing, we're getting infantry division attack and planning. We get some command power. It doesn't say max command power, it just says you just get some command power. It's like, I don't know, it's probably not all that great, given that we have decent war support. This is Grand Battle Plan. We get Special Forces Capacity Modifier, Max Training, Division Training Time, Terrain Penalty Reduction again, for Combat Damage Chance plus 10%, Infantry Division Attack, Infantry Division Defense. So like this like gives you like, looks like a lot of buffs to infantry and planning. You get some bonuses here for Grand Battle Plan Doctrine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Old gravel voice over here. Okay. So we get superior firepower and a bonus for motorized. And five units of American light tank. I don't know what you're supposed to do with 5 fucking light tanks. But okay. Get some superior firepower. Support artillery, towed artillery, motorized, towed artillery. Armored spearhead, in fact, does not give you an armor bonus. It just gives you a superior firepower doctrine bonus. Towed anti-tank, stationary anti-air bonus, superior firepower doctrine. Strap bombers. That seems pretty mediocre, to be honest. Like, you don't even get national spirits with this. You just get some equipment and some research boosts, looks like. So, like, I don't know. This seems like a real loser of a tree, to be honest. Sorry, bud. Sorry, old gravel voice, but these are not, in my opinion, these seem to be pretty weak compared to the, this, or like even the general Pershing tree. I think the only reason you'd want to take this is if you're like one of those guys who, like, is really like, you have a real fucking hard on for superior firepower doctrine, and you feel the need to overcompensate by having like a bunch of artillery. And in that case, and if you're one of those guys, it's like superior firepower is king all the time, every time, then you probably pick whichever superior firepower tree that you have, regardless of anything else. Me, I'm a tank bitch. I'll just take whatever tree gives me the tank bonuses for the most part. Over here we have mass assault, local manpower. Let's get a bunch of manpower. I mean, that's okay, fair enough. Infantry equipment, local manpower, weekly manpower, mobilization speed, recruitable pop. Those are just like a bunch of stacks of manpower. And let's see, get some bonus. And you get bonuses for mass assault. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't hate deep battle doctrine, like, especially for like low supply areas. If you can be fighting in them, deep battle doctrine has like some nice buffs. That's what we picked, of course, in our Transmore campaign. Like, you get like a nice mix of stuff over here. You get reinforced rate, you get planning, you get org, you get breakthrough, you get recovery rate. You get this very nice org loss on moving minus 25% for continuous offensive, and you get the extra negative 20% supply, of course, on this tree as well. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad tree. Like I said, particularly if you're going to be in supply capped areas. But these bonuses also, like, probably not the ones you're looking for. So over here, New England's future. So I guess we can be friends with the Canadians, and like this is like pretty obscure onto like what all this does. Or we can do armed free neutrality. So I guess we'll have to make a decision on that when the time comes, I suppose. Alright, so that's a New England focus tree for Kaiserredux. I mean, that took like 28 minutes to go over that. Jesus, Willikers. Alright, so let's go and take a look at some of our choices here. So decisions, we have the usual fixers. The I'm poor and don't have a navy fixers. The sounds of super events decision that you get. Claim the mantle of free America. All owned states are currently also control legitimacy greater than 40. PSA does not exist. USA does not exist. USA does not have a democratic and elected government. So this gives us some claims on people if we're able to claim that we're legitimate America under those conditions. Like, that's pretty important, so we'll leave that for notification. We can choose to hire French veterans. What? Gain base war support. This is the same effect as reclaiming America, it says here. It's great. It's like right away this is fucked up, clearly. Clearly this is supposed to, like, I don't think that's supposed to be right. I joined the ISAC. You might as well, we got her. Alright, so those are our decisions. Intelligence agency, don't have one, but we could get one. Maybe we do. I don't know, let's go with this occult looking symbol over here, and these guys are what? What was that? It was like, what's the name of Lovecraft's thing over here? The Delta Green. I think that actually is a symbol, right? Yeah, Delta Green. Let's go ahead and do that, I guess. Alright, so Doctrine. We are on mobile warfare. I did pick mobile warfare, I think. Like, you get the text that you researched as Canada. So that's actually probably why I have the Matilda as I researched it. I did the Canada side of this game like a long time ago, so I don't really remember. But we have the Matilda. We're already down mobile warfare doctrine trees. Like, that's actually pretty good for us. And we have, we're caught up on our industrial text too. We have fighter. Like, that's all pretty decent stuff that we got here. So it's a bit difficult to decide what to pick here. Why don't we go ahead and start picking up the... You know, we did just play that game where we used the 5.22 light tanks. And those worked out pretty good for us. I'm not sure how fast we go to war, though. Like, if we're going to be in a build-up phase and we can't participate soon, like, maybe it's better just, you know, wait the year, fix ourselves up, and build the mediums. Not quite sure. Maintenance companies did pretty good for us, too. The maintenance company with the equipment stealing on the tanks making encirclements, I mean, that did pretty good in our light tank spam game as France we just did. That did also very good in our... we were playing Dog Meat China. We did that strategy, too. We stole a whole bunch of equipment against the Russians, and in NSEG of course has like multiple tiers for this. Like instead of capping it at 20, we were at like 40% equipment stealing, and that was insane how much equipment we stole in NSEG. Like it definitely helped out a lot. So I'm thinking maybe maintenance company is like just like a solid good investment to get just for that, to take stress off of your industry. Although a lot of the games I have played, it looks like we haven't really needed that. And we have anti-air already too. So yeah, interesting. Not sure exactly what I want to pick here. I'm also not sure what our focus order should be. Like, do we want to do Lovecraft's tree first, or should we go and do army stuff first? Come down on the Chaffee tree. 275 research bonuses for armor. 100% research bonus for armor. 100% research bonus for armor. 200% research bonuses for armor. So it's like, that's way too many research bonuses for fucking armor. Jesus Christ. So we'll do that, and then I guess we have Lovecraft's tree over here. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. Like, it seems like there's like something going on here where we might have to take these focuses for a bit. Well, they are 35 days, though. And this will, like, help us get our Annex War goals over here, which we probably would like to do. So let's just plan on going to war early, then, I think. Plan on going to war early. Let's get this improved infantry equipment. With that in mind, let's maybe get ourselves that maintenance company tech. It's still 1937 only. Let's get the self-propelled gun. Let's go with the Dispersed in District 3 then. Alright, so those will be our picks for that. We have 4 research lots too as New England, which is pretty nice. So we got some people who like us, some people who don't. We are a puppet of Canada at the moment. Trade, we have steel, and like that's about it. Just steel. Civilian factories, looks like we have only 2 available. Of course, we are making our agencies. We will have more available after that. If we're going to war right away, probably we should, it's Massachusetts seems like our safest territory to build in. We have lots of open slots. We'll work on building some military factories, I guess. Dockyards, we gotta sell some convoys. I don't know, I guess, sure, submarines, whatever. Military factories. So it's 1 on truck. How many factories do we have for military factories? We only have 3. You have only 3 military factories. Guess we'll start building some light tanks then. Well, that could be a problem. That could be a problem. 3 military factories is like not a lot at all. Where's our easiest way to get some factories? I think it's we have this reestablish the Minutemen thing. Funds for Smith and Wesson, and military factories over here. And when their civies are on, I thought there were some civvy factories, yeah, over here. Infrastructure Act. Huh. And I don't think we got any factories. If we do this, get cores on that. So you probably want to take the south like as fast as we can. Well, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with the Kaiserredux Civil War at all. Like I know it's different, but so we have only these militia templates over here. It looks like we have a fuck ton of templates, and we are already over our divisions cap. I guess probably because that hasn't adjusted yet. We do have factories. I suppose we just tag switched. So we'll go like that for now. Militia Brigade. Unfortunately, this is it's a pretty trash template, and looks like that's what we're stuck with over here. Infantry Division 2, that 15 width Canadian Division with an artillery. That's your usual template you see, 18 width with artillery. 20 width with a light tank. RCMP Brigade, 6 width cav with an MP, so I guess that'd be your garrison unit. Marines, 8 width Marines with binoculars and their artillery. 10 width trucks with a light tank. 12 width garrison. Armored division. Heavy armored division. Mountaineers. National Guard. So maybe this is a template we have, because it did say we had support equipment. 18 width with an engineer. Infantry division. So this is like with engineers as well too. Motorized. Garrison. I don't like that there's support artillery in that. We'll delete that template. Marines. That's, you know, whatever. Mountain division, and then this armored division we have here. So you can probably clean some of this up. I don't think we'll need these templates. Do these guys have engineers? No. We'll keep the other one. This has a recon company in it too. No, I think the other one's gonna be close to what we're gonna want to roll out with. I mean, like we might need a garrison template. Armored Division 2, we have another one of those. We'll delete this. We won't be making heavy tanks. I will just go with the other mountain division for now. Won't be making that. Alright, so I guess we'll keep these. And maybe we should start producing some, I don't know, we just don't have enough military factories right now. Let's get ourselves support equipment first, and then we can get ourselves some tanks. I also don't have any artillery, which is a problem. It's like you don't need a whole lot of factories for these, but like you do need some of this equipment if you're gonna field these templates. So these are all, looks like the same template, and these are the National Guard division. So I guess we will deploy on fallback line over here. Logistics, we have 40 convoys, we have some steel, like that's about it. That's about it. Alright, so you can go ahead and start the game here. Do we have Navy and Air? No, we don't. The new Governor General. Canada has ordered the appointment of a new Governor General to oversee New England. Many within New England had hoped that New England would become a full republic once independence was granted, although those hopes appear to have been dashed. For now, we will still embrace democracy and are marginally independent from Canada. However, this is a worrying sign for things to come. Perhaps Canada can impose its complete will on us. The position of Governor General has been handed to Prince Albert, second in line for the throne and brother of the current King Edward VIII. He will guide New England, yet have no power, just as in Australia or India. However, more elite members of society want to do away with this and instead install Albert as King of New England, loyal to the crown. IDC is pretty good, so we'll invest in that. IDC advisors. Got the construction speed, I guess. It's always a tough pick between construction speed and consumer goods factories, but we don't have that many consumer goods anyways, I don't think. Like, there's not that many total factories. God save the king. God save King, the new king. What the fuck? Okay. Weeks ago, Prince Albert of Windsor was sworn in as Governor General by Canadian Light Corp. Majority noble and autocratic board of advisors runs New England from the shadows, while Albert feels free to disregard the will of the Hartford Convention. Today, though, a stunning turn of events was witnessed when Governor General Albert of Windsor was officially crowned as King of New England. Nobles and Canadians rejoice as the citizens scorn. King Albert of Windsor has officially regarded the Republic dead as he becomes essentially an absolute monarch. God save the king, question mark. The Boston Massacre. As tensions stir in New England, the most radical of the Anglophiles have been drawn to the side of the loyal coalition headed by H.P. Lovecraft. Lovecraft and a small group of writers have taken to the city of Providence to plot. However, anything coming out of this is unlikely due to Lovecraft's seclusion. The Irish in New England have also begun to take arms, as they believe that the radical Anglophiles will soon drive them out. These tensions that have been simmering below the surface finally erupted today, with protests erupted in Boston today over the coronation of an autocratic king. Most New Englanders have declared Canada and the Windsor illegitimate. People have been in uproar and violence has been widespread. The largest of these protests have been in Boston, the nation's capital. As the Irish and the England take up arms against each other, Canada desperately tries to bring stability to New England to no avail. And in the end, Canada may have to take sides in what is rapidly becoming a civil war. If such a war is to occur within New England, Canada has its eye on the most radical of Anglophiles, those who will ensure Canada's rule over New England is secure. The citizens have stormed Parliament. That's a pick you have to take there, I think. Fourth Balkan War. Alright. Final nail is being nailed. New England's last hope. After the massacre in Boston, New England fell into anarchy. James Curley and his army seized the north as Loyalists fled south. And from the Loyalists rose an unexpected figure. H.P. Lovecraft rose to the favor of all the pure Anglos in New England and rallied the Providence Circle together with the Loyalists to wage war against the impure traders to the north. Civil war has erupted. Providence's new crusade against the impure. This comes as a shock not to just the people of New England, but the world, as Lovecraft's isolation and paranoia has made it almost impossible for him to achieve any sort of political power. However, something has changed in Lovecraft. Perhaps he knows that he is near death. Perhaps his overwhelming hatred of the Irish Catholics drove him. Whatever the case may be, Lovecraft and his allies in the Loyal Coalition march for Boston, the center of the Irish scourge. There, Lovecraft and his allies within the Providence Circle are expected to make an address and a prospect that terrifies the timid Lovecraft. As a small group of writers and loyalists quickly assume control of the nation, Canada sends their full support to the new Providence government, as they see this as the only hope to secure New England under Canadian and Anglo rule. Only Lovecraft can save us now. So I guess Lovecraft is natty pop. And we have a civil war. We're going to have to do some bad things to the Irish. So we have flipped. We have this fun flag over here. And we have our boy H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft, born in Providence, Rhode Island in 1890, is perhaps one of the most mysterious and controversial figures of the 20th century. His father dying when he was 8, his mother dying of the Spanish flu in late 1918, and Lovecraft suffering from a plethora of health issues his entire life have led Lovecraft into a search for truth and deep meaning. which he channeled into his writings. Tales of darkness and horror within resonated strongly within an America reeling from the 1925 market crash. Lovecraft's science fiction gained him a serious audience for his thoughts on politics and philosophy. He rapidly gained an almost cult-like status in his home state of Rhode Island and drew many followers, preaching a dark and otherworldly message about supernatural powers and eldritch beings that are incomprehensible to the human mind. As president of New England Literary Society, Lovecraft standardized the use of the English language in print, removing what he called Americanisms. When he traveled to England in 1924 to study the English language and attempt to purify it as much as possible, he witnessed the 1925 uprising and grew an acute hatred of syndicalism. He returned to America in 1930, founded his own newspaper, and ran unsuccessfully for governor of Rhode Island. He remained a prominent thought leader and a powerful influence on the minds of New Englanders, although his opponents accused Lovecraft of being a dangerous man with authoritarian and occultist inclinations. Only following orders. While Lovecraft's wisdom is without question among his officers, his penchant for reusing papers has created multiple conflicts. Direct orders from Providence are dispatched to generals on scribbled out legal documents or penciled into the margins of previously sent commands. This has caused the embarrassing effect of troops being unable to interpret Lovecraft's seemingly nonsensible or contradictory orders, due to them being muddled or lost in a sea of scribbles and edits of older messages. Our officers will interpret his orders as they wish, so we can either pay 50 PP or we can take a die roll. We'll let fate decide over here. We will send 40 yards of eggs to Quincy. We'll see what happens. Christian resistance. Stability minus 50. That's pretty harsh. So we're going to need to deal with that. Alright, so you get light self-propelled artillery, which you might want to make later. Probably need fuel. Let's get that first fuel tag. Let's get out of the way. So I guess we will have to deal with that Civil War first. So we do God Save the King. I'll do Providence Circle, and I guess we have to deal with this whole Civil War situation. Decisions available. Do war propaganda against Panama, which we don't really need. I would like to get up to our economy law, I think. Nice. We have a border with the Cindies. Big Mac not doing so hot. I guess we have the Western Command Center over here. So I guess this is Bradley. He was aligned with Big Mac. Our first agent here. Sword Bearer. Planning speed and chance to get wounded in combat. I don't think that really matters all that much. Okay, this guy over here. Let's see if we can, I don't know, we could try to steal some technology, I guess. Or we could just, we need to invest pretty heavily into that, though. Let's maybe just start building a network in Chicago. I don't know, maybe we should invest in stealing the address from King Edward. And we need the second agent, and we probably want to get the head of intelligence agency. I don't know. You need 3 spies to do blueprint stealing, though. I think, I don't know. It hasn't worked out for me in Kaiserreich in the past. Like, I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to try it. So you'll deal with the IRA. We'll pick up some early mob. It looks like Canada is going authoritarian. Uh-oh. I mean, I guess that, we're also kind of like authoritarian over here, so I guess that makes sense. We should maybe send an attaché. Look, I'm not sure if he would send an attaché too, because like all the other Americas like probably hate us. Are there any other conflicts going on? Like, no. Well, there's some stuff over here. Looks like Dutch Ostindien. Looks like we just won their war though. Equine Revolt. I guess that's one downside to being like this kind of like spectator in the Second American Civil War, is that we don't have the opportunity to send the usual attaché that you would like to. Counter-revolution in Chile. Interesting. Let's do with the IRA. Let's do securing New England. Nationalist coup in White Ruthenia. Fair enough, fair enough. Road integration with Canada. As we continue rebuilding our economy and expanding the road network, questions arose on which direction we should drive on. While the custom in America has always been to drive on the right, Canada has, since the British Revolution in 1925, driven on the left. Some political leaders have suggested that we switch to driving on the left in an attempt to better integrate our road network into the Canadian one, whilst others, of course, wish to stay driving on the right to further amplify that New England is not in British Dominion. So get some stability and some opinion, or get stability and some other, like, I don't know. Let's, driving on the right, I guess, is probably an Americanism, isn't it? I think maybe Lovecraft would say. Well, looks like Omar Bradley bit the dust there. That's unfortunate. For him. What ideology do we set them up for? I guess he went SOCON. Alaska leaves the Union. So I guess they decided to come to the Dominion of Alaska. I don't know why that counts as like a super event, but whatever, I guess. What do we want here? I guess we could start working on medium tank. Do that. Let's get a 5% bonus for construction tech. I don't know, sure. Secure New England. So we need rifles for this stuff. Let's do the Vermont campaign. I mean, we're allowed to do it, so we'll do it. How do we get rid of the Civil War, though? Christian resistance over here. Let's destroy the cult of the past, I guess. Fucking Christian resistance. You need to stop resisting. It's a thick Brazil. Brazilian Republican Army over here. We got Rondon. Brazilian. Oh, it's a bit of a dull shit. Well, that's unfortunate for him. He's fucking dead. And we'll see it all burn. So, what does this do? Okay, so we get national. We lose 100 manpower and we break a bunch of infrastructure. I guess we're doing some rioting or something. We'll secure New Hampshire. All-seeing, all-knowing. So we get 15% stability and a pretty nice stack of political power gain. As man falls back into his usual routine of killing his neighbors, the animal world is not spared from the violence either. A happy story, however, emerged from Connecticut, where a young Doberman, ironically enough named Jack, was able to stop militia agents from blowing up a bomb in Hartford. The dog was trained in cooperation with the Connecticut National Guard, and his patrol spotted the agents, who promptly tried to escape from capture. With the courage of a true American, the little dog immediately ran after them and pulled one of the two men down, leading to his capture. This man later turned out to be none other than Paul Rashford, a target long sought after by the Hartford Police Department for his implication in the riots only a few months earlier, and who seems to have established a whole network of operatives in Connecticut. Whilst his capture by no means marks the end of the socialist threat in the state, Jack has dealt a heavy blow to their leadership. We express our thanks to this good boy. What a guy. What a pupper. Looks like CSA looking not so thick. Oh, I do have Pennsylvania and like all this shit over here, which is like pretty deep. Pretty tall, I guess you could say, without the industry and manpower usually. The Kalmyk state? What? What? They're just generic though. We'll see it all burn. Come on, come on. Okay, there we go. And we'll do the new gods. Secure main. Secure all of New England. That requires 100 PP though. Oh jeez. Our PP is much too small to secure all of New England right now. So we are, in fact, running out of steel a little bit. So let's get some steel from our friends, the Canadians, if we can. Canada in this mod is a pretty fucked up looking flag, so it's like pretty difficult to... Maybe not exporting any steel at all, the Canadians. We'll get it from the Australasians then. Yeah, they've got... Canada has like this abomination as their flag. I don't know, I think the vanilla flag looks better, my personal opinion. Stability 15% would be nice, and so is daily political power gains. Like maybe we just go for this first. Do the Delta Green. Let's get this. We have a 30% bonus from this for tech sharing. So let's go ahead and get the computing machine. Rise of Cosmicism. Bunch together group of people deliberately chosen for strong religious feelings, and you have a practical guarantee of dark morbidities expressed in crime, perversion, and insanity. Well, we have shattered the old vestiges of religion and the occult within New England. We have created a dark cultural vacuum that's given birth to a new religion. Where once stood old Masonic halls and church circles, now followers of Providence have established their own groups aimed to study and codify Cosmicism, Lovecraft's principal philosophy. Rather than the naive platitudes of the old order, Cosmicism states that there is no recognizable divine presence such as gods in the universe, and that humans are particularly insignificant in the larger scheme of intergalactic existence. There is no higher purpose, no grand notions of what we could conventionally call good or evil. There's only the infinite futility of existence, a fragile and delicate flash in the pan of a dark and uncaring universe, barely registered by the cosmic gods that dwell beyond our perception and shape our reality through hypergeometry. To a student of Cosmicism, these beings are not simply fantasy, but a statistical inevitability given the infinite and terrifying scale of the universe. Curious, sir. Curious, sir. Oh, very curious. Let's do upstate New York, and then we can secure all of New England. What is this going to do? Is this going to give us, like... This is National Spear. Why does our factory count drop so much? Weird. Rise of Cosmicism Part 2. Some groups have taken to forming cults to honor these higher forces and carry out their will on Earth in hopes of granting humanity greater status in the eyes of these outer gods. Others, however, have learned to rage against this miserable reality. If there is no loving God defending humanity from the alien horrors beyond space and time, then there is at least one man that stands against the forces of chaos on Earth and gives humanity meaning. Providence, the Godhead, shall stand as a symbol against the forces that threaten civilization and humankind. With more and more practitioners joining each side with every passing day, it is unclear which group will come to dominate the Cosmicist schism. Let's roll a dice here. We'll roll. I've rolled a 1, so Providence shall protect us all. I always do 1 to 3 as the top or the left, and then that goes on so on and so forth, divided on the between 1 and 6 and however many options there are. That's my convention for that. Let's secure all of New England. Looks like we lost quite a few factories. That's whack. I think we'll do that, and maybe we'll start working on our economy tree. That's almost done. Get Delta Green. Let's get the political power per day. Geez, that stability is pretty nuts though. 94% stability already. So maybe I'll also build some civilian factories then. If we don't have a construction speed designer there. The X Brigade exists within our world or forces beyond our understanding and reasoning. While some might dismiss them, we accept them and attempt to find out more. A former FBI agent by the name of Mulder, who now serves in Delta Green, has approached Lovecraft to discuss the subject of otherworldly beings contacting New England. With him are the so-called X-Files, which apparently prove that the old federal government was hiding the existence of extraterrestrial life. These revelations have shown to the public could shake the world to its core, so keeping the existence of any extraterrestrial life under wraps is something of utmost importance. After talking with Lovecraft, Mulder has suggested the creation of an X-Brigade to deal with the existence of alien life forms. Forming it would be a serious drain of public money spent on something that may not even be real. However, Lovecraft's belief in beyond may sway him to fund the new ambitious project. I've rolled a 3, so this man is clearly insane. Mulder. That's like pretty much like a straight X-Files ripoff. Maybe get one in artillery so we can start building that infantry template. I don't know, it's a lot of wasted factories though, I don't know. It looks like we got our factories back though, so that's nice. I'm not sure what the hell happened there. Maybe that has something to do with like a Civil War modifier or something. Or maybe some of them were broken. No, because they were showing up over here if they were broken. I don't know. No idea what's going on there. Cult of Providence. The Shadow over Innismouth. When Providence originally began the process of rewriting his novella, Shadow over Innismouth, into a more substantial tome, was merely to satisfy the demand of his followers to expand on its themes and motifs to better immerse their reader in Lovecraft's world building and philosophy following his breakout success. With his rise to prominence and political dominance, however, the Shadow over Innismouth has undergone a beautiful and terrifying transformation, not unlike that of the deep ones of the titular Innismouth itself. Consisting of 2 parts, the first half of the book is written from the perspective of the narrator and essentially consists of various curated poems, letters, and speeches previously written by Providence. Several passages are addressed directly to the reader on the nature of New England heritage and the narrator's personal philosophy, who is clearly a stand-in for Providence himself. It is generally understood that this first section exists purely to equip the reader with the essential knowledge and build their mental fortitude before the second half. The story then rapidly unravels into an epic tale and deep dive into the very heart of Lovecraft's mythos. It is an autobiography, a fabricated story, a description of godhood, equal parts truth and a lie, a how-to guide for apotheosis, a profane poem, a holy scripture, an apology for Lovecraft's actions, a profane gesture to those who'd question his or New England's legitimacy, and an explanation of how a meek and patient man could rise to such greatness. It is at once a terrifying look into the mind of Providence, a guide in how to become like him, and an intensely disturbing and immersive story that would take a lifetime to process fully. While weaker minds have been driven to madness by Providence's magnum opus, those capable of finishing his work without losing themselves emerge fundamentally changed. This text will shake the world to its core. We get like a nice stack of PP for that too. A factory output 3%, like that might be alright. Maybe get the head of intelligence. The extra spy. with the suicide pills. Well, let's go for the 3 spy slots. Alright, so we do that. Let's start working on our economy. Pass the Infrastructure Act. Oh, so we just have electronics. Gives us nuclear research speed 10% though. I mean, I guess you could do nuke rushes here as New England. That would be something you could do. Annual IDC review. And you know what, we'll invest the full 100 and see if we get a return on that. We do. We'll get ourselves a civilian factory. Nice. We'll take the construction speed 30%. Thank you very much. We'll get ourselves the advanced machine tools. Let's get, I don't know, this guy over here. Link. Great New England hurricane of 1938 was first considered a non-issue. The Yankee Clipper hurricane arrived on Long Island September 21st and would only a few hours later turn out to be the largest hurricane to set foot in New England since the Great Colonial Hurricane of 1965. Moving north from Long Island to Connecticut, Rhode Island, and up through Vermont, the storm cost the lives of close to 700 people. By the end of the devastation, over 50,000 homes were destroyed or damaged, and road networks all across New England regionally in tatters, with projections estimating that it would take us months or even years just to reopen them all to traffic. God save us all. Oof, that sucks. I thought there was no God, though. Infrastructure Act. Where do we get our factories? Do the settlement movement. So, I guess upper manpower law. Start training infantry division. Factories are all fucked up. Let's maybe repair our civilian factories first here. Canadians apply for West Point. The class of 1944 has just arrived, and their numbers are far below expectations. It is still necessary for senators to recommend prospective young men. The decrease from 100 new cadets to just 14. It's begun suggested that we allow Canadian politicians to recommend their young men to West Point. We are in dire need of new officers, and yet at the same time, this time-honored tradition ensures that this institution isn't used by foreign powers, much less the Crown. Let's get the, I don't know, manpower. I mean, the political power probably is better there. We already have like a little bit more political power than we probably need anyways. Got that. Let's get the Army Department. Let's go for the 5 upgrades here. We might want to start thinking about those war goals too. Got the RAM. Let's pick that up. It's getting close to 1939. Let's go for the maintenance company. Let's do Into the World. So we need to do Masters of the Sea first before we can do Lovecraft's America. Alright, so I guess we'll do Nationalize Electric Boat. Fair enough. Yep. Agent died. I mean, that was to be expected. The Army Department. So we're getting our next operative now. So like that's pretty good. Why do we have an extra operative? We have 1, 2, 3 agency upgrades. That's because that one died and we have the head of intelligence, obviously. So we still need 2 more. Still need 2 more. Oh, anti-partisan, I guess, probably fine. Get the 2 anti-partisan. Follow the Rashidi Emirate. You know, we could just lock 1 research slot onto nukes. Project Shadow over Innismouth. Yeah, let's do a big meme over here, and we'll go for the nuclear research feed. And like we'll swap this off for now, and we'll go and pick up the. Start hard researching this. This is the atomic research, yeah. Decisions available. Something about Legation Council. Do not care. Soft attack reliability for light tanks, pretty good. Or medium tanks. We'll have to see. The light tank might have to do with just being like, you know, good enough. We could get ourselves actually researching our gun. Our gun's almost done, so it's probably a good idea to do that. Soft attack. Reduction costs. Let's go for the soft attack, 15%. Go Savage. Dunwich Horror. Of course, to actually nuke somebody, you need like air superiority, but so I don't know how feasible that is. Like, I guess we do have some research bonuses for planes. Uh-oh, who's justifying on us? Baharadia commune. Fair enough. Okay, another infantry division. Train one of these armored divisions too, I guess. I guess we have enough tanks for. Cool story. Yeah, I'm here for generals. Wow. Wow, okay. I guess that guy's got like all the traits General Pershing over here. I guess that's not really true. We have Adna Chaffee and these other guys over here. We have an adaptable general. Adaptable is pretty good. Maybe we'll promote Chaffee. I'll probably use adaptable for a tank guy. We got engineer too. We'll do that later. So for infantry, oh, that seems like a pretty decent, pretty safe bet there. The Master of the Seas. Machine tools. Yeah, let's we can go for that. And then we do have engineers companies. We'll get the next level of engineers. One more in SPGs for now. Need 8 more steel, which you can get from Australasia. You do have some lack of resource penalty, I mean that kind of sucks. So infiltrate the army for the CSA. Next anti-partisan. Master of the Sea. Okay, so now we can do Into the World. Let's see if we can take some factories off of the CSA. That looks pretty gross. The fuck is, why is this different color? State owner, nothing. That's fucking whack. Oh, you know what this might be? Is because I loaded the save from before the Middle Africa reworks. Like, this might be broken. Oh no. Hopefully we don't get any other bugs from that. This is the Raj Authority. Let's see if they will, yeah, they'll accept the attaché, so we get some experience from them too. I should have done that sooner. Don't need that. Anti-partisans. We should start recruiting our next operative now too, which would be great. We've all sent attaché. I guess we could still send another attaché. We do have some command power left to over here somewhere. And if you're gonna strike, you want to probably strike while CSA doesn't have that large of a border with Canada. I would imagine. To the world, prepare for the required. Show them our light. Okay, so we show them our light. It must all be Providence or some shit. I don't know. Some more steel. So I guess we're at war even. Cool, so we can get war economy. I'll take it. I will take it. So the next guns upgrade. Sure, take some of those. So we did get the we could do some blueprint stealing. Let's get those techs in, I guess. So I guess we're at war with Baharati Commune and Kingdom of Burma and stuff. Next fuel refining tech. That's pretty good. Keep up to date with that. Prepare for the confrontation. Cool. We'll get the chief of staff. Economy civilian, we'll get the blueprint stealing. So we'll try the 522 template out again. And like, it seemed to do okay for the Civil War as we were fighting in as Kaiserredux the other day, and it is cheaper than just playing all tanks, so. Light SPGs, of course, are like pretty cost effective for the most part. Downside is, like, when you transition to medium, if you're going to do that, then okay. Take the political power there. You can't use the SPGs as like light armored recon or anything like that. These are SPGs. But you know, it's cheap and it worked well for us with the France run, so we'll roll out with that again. We also need to research up our doctrines too. So we'll have to start going down an army tree pretty fast after we get these war goals. Do it, Lovecraft's America. Yeah, let's see if we can steal some tech. So yeah, one guy building some building up over there. Let's maybe try and grab from, I don't know, like Bolivia. We could shop around in. Try also Peru. See what those guys have. Go for the elastic defense. We'll get the other SPG in there, and then we'll get ourselves the Armored Recon Company, and then the maintenance after that, I think. And we will get the autonomy, Orgloss, moving planning speed, and army experience gain. I think we just get the division attack. Have those. Claim Greater New England. I think we'll wait till we have 2 units, and then we'll declare war on the CSA there. And let's get ourselves the maintenance company up in here. Let's steal some guns. Alright, 39, like, I don't know, is it worth it to go up over? Yeah, you know what, let's go for our next level of dispersed industry. I think we'll be like considerably stronger. Like we get claims and we get cores and all this stuff too after this. Because I shouldn't have clicked that. That was a reflex click. Shouldn't have done that. Big mistake. Alright, so we can see these guys, they're also on Disperse and they have excavation tags. We probably don't want to steal from them. These guys are unconcentrated. As we could try to farm resource bonuses off of these guys. Or we might get lucky over there. That was Peru. Interesting. What about the CSA? We have not a whole lot of information about the CSA, unfortunately. Claim a Greater New England. Let's start getting. We need to get some doctrines. Congressional Army debate. We'll invest 50 PP into the IDC, I guess. All them assist with our economy. $44 days on a light tank. We need again steel. Naval red, so we're being raided. That's unfortunate. We can trade with the PSA. I mean, I guess that's fine. Oh, Well Creek 2. Union of Britain, that's a bit silly. You know, let's not trade with the socialist. I got confused there and thought I was on the Syndicalist team. I guess we can trade with the Germans. Or we have no, that's, you know, we're not being raided. Our naval efficiency is just bad because we have no convoys. Oh dear. Oh no. So we might have to be going it alone against the CSA here. The Entente is moving to reclaim Europe. I guess we can help with that. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do there though. Was that United Pirates of something or other? What the fuck? Is that like something from over here? United Pirates of, what? United Pirates. Miklos Horthy of the United Pirates. What? What? The fuck is this? Okay, so I guess you have Miklos Horthy over here in this little slice off of Austria-Hungary, I guess, is like some sort of like pirate general or something. Okay. That's like a pretty big meme. It's a bit silly, isn't it? We actually steal military blueprints from them. I don't know, fuck it, let's do it. Let's roll the dice here. Providence maybe will give us something. Providence. Cool. So I decline that. PSA is looking like a little bit scared. We definitely need to start taking some of this industry, or we're going to be at disadvantage in the Civil War. Go with Papa Chaffee over here. I'll make our tanks red this time, I guess. Where would be the easiest place to, like, I don't know. The river's over here. There's no river over here, but there is a forest. That's only guarded by one militia, though. We can get oil from. So there's one oil from Canada. I'll make these guys the explodey symbol, I guess. You know, the light armor symbol is actually probably fine. I can't be using all of our combo. Light tanks. I'll take a light tank, sure. These guys will get their planning up. You know, let's just do it. Let's go to war with them. Anton Reichspakt to meet, sure. So that's what they want to do. Never works out, but whatever. Work. Yeah, I think total mob is probably like maybe a little bit optimistic. These guys don't need to be attacking anymore. Yeah, it's not able to support the attack. That was just one militia, so we should be able to beat that. Halifax Conference. Let's see if this succeeds. Personally, I'm not holding my breath. Take New York City. Let's get some militia units. Let these guys supporting attack for us. I just need some more steel. We got like a lot of factories there. Of course, these are core territories for us. Like, that's pretty sick. Oh no, Portugal collapsed. Just steal rifles off of these guys. So man, like our factory count is like blowing up pretty hard. Fall of Barcelona. So like, do you want to take out these guys over here first? Seems like that might not be a bad choice. Well, staff office planned that. Dockyard is going to build more convoys, I guess. It's fine. Don't want to screw up our tank to SPG ratio. Even more steel. We trade for 1 tungsten too with guess it doesn't cost us any factories. And if PSA wants to like build up their land, like, you know, that's fine with me. Just be taking it from them in the end anyways. I guess that counts as a river crossing, which is pretty annoying. And we should still win this fight here, though. You know what? Like, this forest tile maybe is easier to take then. Yeah, definitely easier to take this forest tile. Unfortunately, this won't be an encirclement, but we might be able to then take this tile over here without the river crossing penalty. Okay, so we get a civilian factory there. These guys should shred that marine unit pretty hard. Alright, we get Chaffee. Do the mechanical cavalry. Oh yeah, wounded. So taking this area over here. Let's be pushing from this side. Guess we're at war with a bunch of people now. I guess that's fine. So go here. There's also some extra planning bonus. You're at war with Austria. Fair enough. Yeah, so we should. I don't know. We don't have a threshold advantage on them, but we should still win this fight. We are getting a little bit bombed. More and a little bit bombed. There we go, that's a bit better. You know, I don't know if those attacks are worth it. Like we're not really in a position to like blitz here. Take that tile. I guess there's a river there still. Okay. It's a bit of a piss off. Looks like they're almost broken anyways. Die already. Shit. Alright, okay, we got it. We're able to break them before they reinforce. Big money. I got fuel refining. The next construction tech there. It's a pointless attack. think, yeah, maybe we might want to start transitioning to medium tanks. Like, we got the armor bonus from Chaffee yet, I think? Yeah. Yes, we do. Push this guy. What the hell is this? Like, didn't we take this land already? We have military access to the USA? What? They're not at war with us. That's fucked. That's fucked. I guess we need to get a few more factories onto there. Maybe let's start building up some medium tanks. Let's not build this other unit over here. We'll go like that. You know, taking this tile would actually be good to stop this. We are getting pushed back a little bit. We gotta pick our national focus too. So like maybe we just go for more economy stuff. Let's do the Minutemen. Fortunately, the CSA is like being pretty aggressive here, attacking into us. We can't really move. It's pretty annoying. Go up an extra speed point there. Yeah, so we're kind of like already running into problems. Like I think this is like a pretty good early game template, but like if you have to build up too long to get yourself running over here, it just doesn't really have doesn't really seem to have like the impact. Like you have no armor bonus and like your attacks aren't high enough to get over. Remember Japanese war. Sure. Take that, I guess. Oh, yeah, the armor bonus for that combat though, so that's pretty nice. We could pressure that tile. So pull back. Yeah, we probably should have invested in the medium tanks instead of this. I think you need to be fast with that other template, I'm thinking. Like 1939 we did that, and that was fine. 1940 it looks like the stats on these enemy units are just a little bit too good for these 20 width light tanks to handle. We don't get the armor bonus, so they don't have the stats needed to push, especially if you only have 2 of them. Let's see if we can beat up some of these militias, though. Yeah, we should still be good enough to. The 2v1 that militia there. Yeah, so they're good enough there. You can beat up militia with them, and that's fine. Move over here. Take that tile back.